welcome to the Mountain Valley News Pigskin Preview High School Playoff Edition. I'm Monk Blevins, and we've got Nathaniel Ledbetter sitting in with us today, and we're going to talk a little high school football. You know, we've got the Fife Red Devils are in the semifinals this week, and we've got Coach Paul Benefield on the phone with us today, and we want to welcome you, Coach Benefield, and congratulations on the big win last week.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here. Still be playing.
Well, you're one of only the few teams that still is playing, Coach. Tell us a little bit about your injuries, how you come out last week as far as the kids are concerned.
As far as I know, everybody's healthy. We got some scratches and such, but everybody's good to go besides the ones that's been hurt.
Well, I seen Harold Bolin took a pretty good tumble on the sideline. Got his legs cut out from under him. How's he?
Harold, right now we've got Harold in the ice tub. He's going ice and he's coming along with therapy going well.
You think he'll be ready for Friday night?
I believe he will.
I knew he would.
He's a gamer.
He's a trooper, isn't he? I tell you, the thing I looked at watching that game, of course, Paul, I think the thing it kind of, you guys, even though y'all are more a running team and they were more of a passing team, you almost mirrored with team speed and physicality. It was an old-fashioned knockdown drag-out, wasn't it?
Well, it was a very balanced game. Either team, no losers out there on either side. That's what I told Coach Young after the game. I know that didn't make him feel any better, but nobody gave up. Both sides played hard till the end. Their number 11 of the Wiggins kid is really a good player, both sides of the ball, and he just hard to get him hold of.
Well, I knew one time y'all had him wrapped up there, and he kind of just shuffled the ball off to his back, and instead of losing 7 or 8 yards, they wind up gaining about 15 on the thing. It's kind of an odd play.
Yeah, he's a playmaker, and we knew that coming in. But you know, it's that's kind of people when you're down this far. That's people have got players like that. You got Swan comes up and makes the most plays, he's gonna wind up winning the game.
Well, all the teams that's in it now is good. There's no question about it, and y'all certainly fit that mold.
Yeah, we want to be in it, but we want to compete with the best teams in the state. That's what's always been our goal, and it took a long time to get to that level. But we feel like that, you know, we just give yourself a chance to win. And when you play teams like, of course, the team this week's better than anybody else we played, probably by to the 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just gets tougher and tougher, but, you know, we're at home and we feel good about playing at home anytime, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, what about tell us about some of the your standout players in this last week's game? Who kind of stood out in that ball game for you guys?
Well, I thought our defense, you know, they kind of withered a little bit, but then they came back strong in the second half. And, the quarterback had 130 yards, I think, rushing the first half, and I believe he had 18 in the second half. So they, you know, same names, Ethan Jones, Cole Rushes, Ryan Martin, Kyle Dollins played well. And, you know, Jack Butts, just here, Tyler Ashley, there's a lot of big both Silas Hicks made some plays, made some tackles. You know, we kind of played 15 or 16 people on defense. Peyton Anderson, the freshman, had a big play on a post route that he knocked down, and then Chase Adams had another one on the other side. He's a sophomore, so.
You know, those names you mentioned, you know, one of the players that I've heard you talk about, Paul, is Ethan Jones. I watched him play. He's pretty impressive. You know, the kids that run the ball, I know Kirk Kilpatrick had 165 yards on 29 carries, but, you know, he wouldn't be able to obtain that much yardage if it wasn't for people like Ethan Jones.
He's been steady for us for 3 years now. You'd be just as impressed off the field with him if you met him as you would on. That's the main thing about him. And most of our kids are like that. You know, you just need to get to know them to really appreciate what all they're made out of. And there's no quit in them. And we're mighty proud of them.
Well, he should be. I noticed what you're talking about after the first half. Y'all kind of was able to, you know, shut the quarterback down and slow him down a little bit. Did you change anything at halftime, Coach, or what exactly come out of halftime after the first half with the Wiggins kid?
We don't change much at half. We just, we feel like if we keep the game close, our conditioning, our strength will maybe eventually take over it. And who knows whether it has or not, but, he ran so much the first half, maybe he got tired of running it. He didn't seem tired. He was making tackles everywhere. He saved a couple touchdowns on defense and intercepted the ball and almost run it back. But no, there's not a lot of secrets. It's just like week one, it's still blocking and tackling, whether you can tackle their guys. Hopefully, hope you can focus on the small things. That's what all we talk about at halftime, is trying to get our hands on him and get him down. And we're trying to, there's no big leagues on it, big hits.
Yeah.
Shots on somebody like him, you just better get him on the ground. That's all you hope for.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I was very impressed with, when you got the ball back with, 1 minute and 40 seconds left and was able to drive it down, 53 yards, I guess, to score. What did you tell your guys, after you got the ball right before they went on the field, as far as, with 1 minute 40 seconds, I guess, what was your words to them, I guess, and basically what did you say to them? Or?
It's, they see the scoreboard, we was going right at it. They know what was at stake. They know how much time we had. We have a couple timeouts left, so, 1 minute 50 with 2 timeouts is a lot of time, and that's where we don't have to get out of our offense. We can still run the ball. Of course, we run some jet sweeps and got out of bounds a couple of times, made a couple 10-yard runs, and just like a pass forward, we're concerned that we can get out of bounds and stop the clock. But, we work on our hurry-up stuff and our on-man stuff all year long, and you don't know when you're going to need it exactly, but that time we did.
Right.
And then at the end, when I think they may have called a timeout or something.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
We still had 1 timeout, so we still was a point where we could run the ball or had a couple plays left. Either way, to try to get in the end zones, and he just bounced outside, and he just outrun him to the goal line.
Yeah.
The one thing where I was standing, people was talking about calling timeouts when you're on defense, and I felt like of course, what you were doing, and you saved those till you got on offense because you knew what type of offense you ran, and it
Sometimes I don't know what I do.
No, I know better than that. No.
I don't play by. A lot of people watch ESPN and watch NFL. They go by all their rules.
Yeah.
It's like you go to a high school baseball team and you go where that rule is. You don't let your pitcher catch a pop up. Well, see, I don't go with that rule in high school. That's my best athlete. That's who I won't catch.
That's exactly
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
I don't say my timeout. I mean, I don't use my timeouts if I can help it, because with our offense, we need our timeouts.
Yeah.
We don't have a prolific passing game where we can go to the sideline and do all that stuff. So, as long as we got 2 minutes to go, and I've got a couple timeouts, we can, not saying we're going to come back and win every game, because that's not the way we were built, but, we did this game, and of course that's if you got 1 minute, 50 seconds with 2 timeouts, that's really a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It is, and y'all used it. You used it very well, very well. One question, I know a lot of people that's probably going to be watching, and I had the question because I didn't really understand what happened, Coach, and this goes back a little bit when the kid tried to punt the ball. And I don't think it hit one of you guys, but he had to get it out in a hurry and it didn't get much overhead high. Did y'all touch it on the sideline? Or I didn't quite understand what happened, and a lot of people has talked about that particular play.
Well, I have heard a rumor that one of the officials told the people on radio that that's a live ball. That's not a live ball. And yes, they said it touched one of my players. We thought we partially blocked it, but that don't matter. But when you punt, and if we block it and it's behind the line of scrimmage, each team can advance it.
Yeah.
Right.
So when we coach our kids on blocking a punt, we don't want to pick it up and run it. We don't want to cover it. It's already ours.
Right.
But if there's one of their players around and he picks it up, even the punting team, he can advance it for a first down.
Yeah.
So it's a live ball behind the line. Now, if that partially blocked punt or whatever punt crosses
didn't see. I didn't.
And like I told him, I said, well, Sonny, if you did touch it, it's all right. Now we won the game, but he was trying to catch the ball and score, and I don't blame him for
Well,
that.
sure.
Absolutely.
But when we say we've got end zone view too,
Yeah.
the end zone view shows the ball when he kicked it, he hit the side of it, and it was like well, I compared it to a split finger baseball. It was rolling off the table.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sam tried to catch it, and he didn't even. It didn't look like on the field he touched it. We slowed it down and expanded the picture, and he tried to catch it, but he didn't touch it.
Yeah.
But their sideline says he did, and their referees on their sideline says he did.
Well, it was a disadvantage for the play to be on their sideline, I can guarantee you, because they certainly was call. They was helping the officials make the call.
Yeah.
But I was.
It's like I told, and their kid run after the ball like he thought Sam touched it, and like Sam may have touched it, not even realize it. But
I just didn't see any of your kids around it when the kid from Randall jumped on. Yeah.
Actually, Sam was standing there, and I don't blame him because if the ball had been kicked in over here, he would have caught it. He probably would have scored on that play, but there was nobody over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that certainly changed the game at that point, though, Coach, and that was the thing.
Yes, we thought we had things going our way till then, and then they drove down. But you got to give our defense some credit too for not giving up. I told those people leaving the game with 3 minutes to go, they missed the most fun part of it. But our defense held them. We didn't hold them at all the drive before that, but we held them in 3 plays.
Oh yeah, that was
The ball
big.
back on around midfield.
Well, they stepped up. There's no question about that. They did. So.
One of the calls that I really liked was after you scored the touchdown and decided to go for 2, and I thought, of course, that's one of those things. I guess if you make the call and it works, it looks really good. If you make the call and it doesn't work, it don't always look that good. But I thought that was a great call, to be able to make them to have to drive the field and score the touchdown there. So.
Well, we wouldn't want to. I don't play for ties. That's for
Right.
sure. And I know if we kick extra point, they got a really good kicker that kicks they can play a different type of game if they think they can tie it.
Oh, absolutely.
So, we just felt like we got a little momentum out there anyway.
Yeah.
And we could maybe their kids might have had their heads down a little bit, but he had to make a good run to cut and get it in there. But we just felt better. We wouldn't have too much luck stopping them. And if they had another 30 seconds, who knows?
Right. Yeah.
The catch they made over on our sideline was a super catch.
It was,
Yeah.
And it definitely went over to the last play, that's for sure.
Well, you like to come out on top of the games like that, but you got a different opponent this week. Tell us a little bit about Randolph County.
Well, they're the best team that we saw, and probably in 2 years, I would think. And they're better. They got a running back, 2,000 yards, 200-pounder, quarterback's the coach's nephew, and the wide receiver's the coach's son. They got people spread out everywhere, athletes everywhere. Big where you need to be big, and fast where you need to be fast. So, they're undefeated for a reason. Just like any undefeated team is this time of year. They're really good, and we've got to play our game, and hopefully we can make the first downs and shorten the game as far as their possessions. We can't give them 10 possessions and expect to stop them 8 times, I don't think. But
Yeah.
we got to play the game best we can play, and play the way we want to play, and not get into a track meet.
Yeah. And I don't know a whole lot about them. I've seen the record and did a little research on them. But are they more of a running type team, or do they do a little bit of everything, or?
Well, they'll spread you out to run the ball, and they will throw the ball too. But they're, like I said, they got a 2,000-yard back,
Right.
and they will spread you out with 2, 3, and 4 wide receivers, and sometimes 5. And they don't. Their quarterback don't run it like this in high school. Thank goodness. He's a good passer, but
Yeah.
he's not a scrambler necessarily. He's not slow, but
back. The Rico Hanna, I think his name's coach. Now have you faced anybody like him? I mean, as far as the seasons went in the playoffs, is he you've seen him on film. I mean, tell us a little bit about what you think about him and what you got to do to try to stop him.
You know, a 200 pounder is pretty good side back, and plus he can run. I don't know exactly what his speed is, but it's good. In comparison to anybody that we played, possibly, last year maybe they wasn't as big as him though. The center running backs are not big as him. They're probably a little faster than him, but he plays fast enough. But maybe the kids might know what the run fullback would be in comparison. He's 185 pounds, but this is a taller, rangier kid. And just, he catches the ball well. And I think he's a great tackler too. And rush. Plays middle linebacker, so, but you see a lot of that 2A football. Just really, really good, well-coached team. And Coach Pressure's has been there before. He won the state there in 2003.
Right.
And then he left a few years back, and then came back last year. So he got everything headed back in the direction they wanted. They've always had athletes down there. So, we got our hands full. We know that, but you would expect that when there's 4 teams left.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I know, of course, congratulations on getting this far. I mean, to be able to make it back to your semifinals again this year, that's something special. And so, I want to congratulate you on that, and we wish you good luck this week. I know your schedule's crazy and been busy, and we're not going to hold you very long. And but congratulations on the win, and congratulations for making it this far. And we wish you good luck this weekend. So.
We're just really proud of our kids and how they conduct themselves on and off the field. It's the 3rd year in a row they've made it at least to the semifinal.
Yeah.
It's a real special thing to do that. That's just it don't happen a whole lot around here. And we realize it, but our kids have worked and done all the hours put in to be where they are. And there's no losers Friday night either way. Whoever wins loses.
Oh, absolutely.
Might be the losers, big people leave early and don't support our kids.
There you go.
That might be the only losers.
There you go.
That's exactly right.
Well, Coach, there's not many people can say what you 27-1 now in the last 2 years, and I tell you that's an impressive run. And the thing is, those kids, I hope they understand how special this is.
Well, if they don't, they will someday when they're older than me, you are.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And I believe you. I think you're older than me, but I'm not really sure.
Hey, that's not right. Don't be telling that stuff. You know better, man. Don't start that. Hey, Paul,
they don't realize it like they really should or will later, but as they get older.
Oh, yeah,
they will.
yeah.
That's exactly right.
Well,
I have a lot of kids come back and tell me that they think a little bit different when they get away from this place for 10, 15 years. I have guys that play for me that coach at other places that they thought the whole world was like it was here, and there are a lot of things go on other places that don't, and they appreciate the hometown a little bit more when they leave.
That's right.
oh, absolutely. So.
But I appreciate y'all having me on, and good Lord willing, we'll all make it through it healthy. That's the main thing anyway. And play hard as we can play. That's all we do.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the thing about it is that you guys can do, and I think every time that your kids step out on the field, and especially in high school and 2A football, it turns into being a mental thing too. They expect to win. I mean, regardless of who the opponent is, they expect to win, and to get to that level, that says something.
That's exactly right. And they know, I don't know if they're brainwashed or what, but they
Well,
did the work for it.
Yeah.
I'm glad they don't look in the mirror. Sometimes I guess people look at us. I felt like last year at times that they looking at us, time they got through life, and we've been ahead 14 to that.
That's right.
oh, yeah.
Sometimes you can't go and look, you can't see the inside of a person's heart. So we take a lot of pride in playing it fast and hard as we can. And if we get beat, then we just get beat. You don't have to
Well, like I say, watching you play over the last couple of years, that's exactly how they play, and I
Yeah.
think they get that mentality from you. So,
Absolutely.
congratulations on a great run, and we pulling for you, and hope you success Friday night, and hope we can have you next week and
Yeah.
talk about the championship.
That would be great. Would be great. Appreciate y'all calling.
All right, Paul.
All
See
right.
you.
See ya.
See you later.
What do you think about it, Monk? What do you think?
Well,
about
I tell you what, this 5 team, I don't think we can count them out. I think a lot of people, and we've talked about this all year, and after losing to Cleveland, and I think people started talking, well, this 5 team may not be quite as good as the teams in the past, but I tell you what, they have really picked it up over the since that loss, and and they've got better each week. And,
Yeah, I agree. I think people don't. I've heard people talk in the county about, well, they just don't think this 5 team's hardly as good as last year's. I don't agree with that. From the defensive standpoint, especially, I think defensively it may be better. Or if you look at statistics,
yeah,
this year's 5 defense statistically is better than last year's. But I mean, it's been a change for him, and you got to give Seth benefit of credit.
Oh, absolutely.
He is. He's come in and done a tremendous job. Hard-nosed kid, and he plays hard, and just like the other night, he fought for every inch he could get.
Yeah.
And I think that's how they, it's not just with him, but when the ball snap, it starts with him.
Yeah. I tell you this 5 team, I've been very impressed with them, and and you look at Randolph County, and and it sounds like they're loaded with people, but I don't think we can count this 5 team out this week. They're at home. That place is going to be packed with people, and it seems like those kids feed off of that.
Well, they do. The thing about it that I've noticed with 5, their fans are so involved, and it's almost like we see with Texas A&M. The fan base almost becomes the 12th man, and that's something Randolph County is not going to get to bring with them.
Oh, absolutely. And I think we've talked about this. When you travel 2 or 3 hours, this seems to me it takes something out of you.
Well, it does. Then the coaches decides when they got to eat. We need to eat here. Will they be too full, or if we don't eat early enough, will they hungry and don't have enough protein when we start playing? That stuff plays into a factor of the game.
Absolutely.
If you hadn't been there and don't understand that, but it does. And these coaches, they try to get as close to how they would need it as they can.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a great football game. I know that, and I don't know. We've picked them in the past. I don't know what we want to do today, but I tell you what, if we're picking, and like I said, I don't know we want to, but I'm gonna tell you what, I don't ever pick against 5. I don't ever pick against them. I think they'll be in this ball game and have a really good chance of winning it. So.
Well, we talked about Rico Hanna, from Randolph County, but we didn't say a lot about the Kilpatrick kid.
Yes.
He had 25 rushes for 165 yards the other night, and the kid, when he's running out there, you think, man, he hadn't got the yardage he normally does. Then he'll wind up having 150 or 160 yards, or maybe even 200. But he's not the only one that can carry.
Absolutely.
The Ashley kid's done a tremendous job, and it's Ethan Johnson that Coach Benfield's been talking about. I've watched that kid. He's special. He helps get the thing going. You'll see him involved in a lot of different, when they go in different formations.
Right.
He's going to be trapping, or he's going to be pulling, and he's certainly one of the kids that makes his offense go.
Yeah. Well, and just like Coach Benefield said, this 5 team, they're physical, and they're going to pound you. And they're in shape, and when it gets in the fourth quarter, they're not going to be tired. They're not going to be tired like some teams.
Well,
they just seem to build momentum as it goes. I'm very impressed. Coach Benefield has done such a great job.
He's done an outstanding job, and I think he's right. You look at the difference in last week's first half and second half. They pretty much set the kid down.
Yeah.
And he said they didn't do a lot different. We just hope we are in better shape in the second half, and I think that
you said
happens a lot. And that if this Randolph County game is close and 5's in a situation. You've seen what they did this week by putting the end zone with 32 seconds to go in the game.
Absolutely.
And they're physical. I don't know if Randolph County is faced as a physical team they're fixing to face.
That's exactly what I was sitting there thinking. And we don't know, who they have faced. I know they did beat Ranburne during the season, but I think I think one of the things I doubt, and again I don't know this, but I doubt they'll have played a team as physical as this 5 team will be. So
I agree. I think it's going to be a good game, and I think everybody should come out and see it and cheer on the DeKalb County team. You know, the thing about it is, right now at this time of year, they're the only football team left in DeKalb County. And last year I was, very proud of our whole county because I went to the finals. And there were probably 10,000 people there. And Fife doesn't have 10,000 people in it.
Well,
and they were all DeKalb County people, and they were all pulling for the hometown team. So I think people are doing that this year.
Well, I tell you what, there would be nothing better than next week to get to sit right here and talk about Fife and fixing to play for a state championship again. And and who knows, it's going to be an exciting Friday night game. And I'm like you, I hope everybody in DeKalb County will go out and support the Fife Red Devils. Like I said, there's not many teams that make it this far. And, man, and all the support they can get, I know they'd appreciate it. And, I'm excited for them. And I tell you what, I think they're going to win. I just got that gut feeling. I've got that gut feeling. Paul has done a great job. And he just, he seems to get them where they need to be at the right time.
Well, I've got, watching them play over the last couple of years, he has a tendency, and he can say what he wants to, but the clock management he uses is unbelievable. And I've seen him time and time again score right before halftime. And that's demoralizing to a team. And then a lot of times they get the ball right back coming out. And, the clock management the other night, when he saved his timeouts, he knew when they got the football, like he said, with a minute 58 with 2 timeouts, that's a lot of time.
Yes.
And so, it's every aspect of the game. And I've always heard the small things is what matters the most. Well, at Fife, they've got the small things covered.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Just seeing them practice and how they go through everything. The thing that impresses me with this Fife team is, they don't have to think about it. They've done it enough that it's just an instinct.
It's almost like breathing.
Yeah, and so they, and when you get down to a crunch like they were in last week and possibly will be in this week, they don't have to think. They just know what they have to do, and they know, and it's just an instinct to them.
Well, the thing about this team, a lot of these kids that's on this team, have been here before.
Yeah. And
it's different. If you've had the opportunity at that age, they're just kids, let's face it. But if you've been there and been able to play in the big game, if it's the semifinals or the finals, as a lot of them have played in, it makes a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
And they've been there, and they've done that.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be exciting. It's a big week, and I know everybody in Fife is excited, and and I'm sure they can't wait for Friday to get here just see what happens. And I hope we get to come back here next week and sit down and talk about this. And you guys, if Fife wins, I promise you we'll be back next week, and we'll be talking Fife football and talking about the possibility of another state championship for the Fife Red Devils. And we want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, and again, go out Friday night and support the Red Devils, and hopefully we will see you back here next week.